everything set up. It is Friday Night Live. This is a Psychic News Network brought to you by Annette Dion. And it's Friday and we have a lot to go over, so we are going to do that momentarily. Let's ring a bell and this is to clear the energy and get started. I don't see anybody in the chat yet, and I do believe that my Wi-Fi is working, so it's always lovely when that happens. Let me see. Say hello if you're out there. And, alright. I see a few of you. All messages should be visible for me. Alright, I think I just fixed that where I have to keep turning it on and off. It's November 4th and it's Friday and we are in this... We're like the middle of the Oreo cookie right now. We're right in the middle. And what I'm referring to is we're in the middle of two eclipses. So, you know how when you get an Oreo cookie, I guess the middle part is the good part, right? So, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm just readjusting some things. Moving my chair around. So, the last time we were together was with Corey on Wednesday. And I noticed on Bridge Cape Ann, I didn't know that he used the same picture from the week before to kind of mark, you know, here's the video from this week. And it looked to me like our video didn't post, but if you go to Bridge Cape Ann, and I will post it on my community page also, the video from Wednesday is there. And we did it by Zoom, and I was here at my office, so it wasn't side by side in person. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this aromatherapy little thing working. And I went shopping at a new age store in town that was going out of business, so I've got all kinds of stuff. And it is the Pagan New Year. We're in it now because October 31st marks the end of the Wiccan New Year, and Wicca is an earth religion. If you think it's negative, you might want to learn more about that because it's very, very positive. So I will take your questions and I will... Hi, Amanda. I will also just kind of go to questions that I naturally have about what is going on. The moon tonight is in... Let me check. It is in... Oh, in a half an hour the moon goes into Aries. Good to know. So right now we're void of course, maybe? Hang on a second. Yeah. So we're a little bit in the void of course. So we're not only in the middle of, we're like the Oreo filling on, and so we're in the inside of the two eclipses, but we also right now are in between Pisces and Aries. The moon will go into Aries in like 25 minutes. So 333. Is that what time it is where you are? You must be on the West Coast. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you want to know. Okay? The news is really, really hard to keep up with. I know that much of it is definitely making us feel like everything's really not out of control. And before we get into some real intense questions that everybody has, we'll just wait a few minutes. So that's the moon report. And Aries, moon and Aries weekend, and we're in Scorpio. That means everything will be intensely fiery this weekend. And think about Aries, every sign has kind of its own slogan. I something. I'm a Sagittarius and it's I seek. We're usually seeking truth. For Aries, it's I am. So it's a really good time to think about how you're identifying, what you want to identify with. Really kind of an important time to align with your truth and who you are and what you want to represent and what you want to see happen in this country and the world. We are in really rich energy. I'm going to put it that way. We're in this really rich energy. It is, there's nothing bad. It's just the full moon that's coming on Tuesday and the sign of Taurus is big. So everything's going to feel big and everything's going to feel intense. Think about what you want to be during this time. People are going to be really into identifying who they are, where they're coming from, you know, kind of showcasing that. So we're in a tense time because of the risk. We're in a risk time. We're in the risk of losing democracy. I'm not saying we're losing our democracy. I'm saying we're facing, for the first time in our history that we know since we've been here, we're facing the risk of our democracy being stolen away. So great intensity. The thing about these times is we do have to be very centered and established in who we are as human beings. And you know, what we're about and what we do, what we stand for. It's called a blood moon because that's the November. It's a time of year. It's called the blood moon. I believe that has to do with the color that it often is during this time of year. And also, if you look online, you'll see reasons why it's called the blood moon. A lot of times, like the wolf moon, you know, it stems from Native American kind of traditions, and the blood moon, I'm pretty sure just refers to the color. So let's not get all conspiracied out about what a blood moon means. It's really about the color of the moon. And if somebody wants to Google it to find out more, you know, feel free to do that and share. If you could subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, that's always appreciated. If you could hit the thumbs up, that's wicked appreciated. And we don't want to get just a little bit of advice. Let's not worry about things that we don't need to, well, we need to worry, but let's not, you know, as best we can, I'm not saying you're doing this, but as best we can, let's not make mountains out of molehills. And I almost I almost shot off an email to MSNBC today because they were doing that, and that's what the news does. And then I had an appointment. I had a piano lesson to teach, and I had to stop, so I didn't send it yet. Yeah, so a lot of us are really good at making mountains out of molehills. Like let's not get all freaked out about things that haven't even happened. You know, that's a really good piece of advice for right now, I think. So let's so I just want to finish about MSNBC. They're talking this afternoon. I just turned it on for a short time, and they're like, Trump is going to announce that he's running for president right after the midterms. And that's what my letter to MSNBC is about. It's like he doesn't deserve the airtime he doesn't deserve it. He hasn't earned it. He's the biggest criminal that's ever walked the grounds of the United States of America. He incited a war against the country that he took an oath to protect and defend. And he doesn't, I mean, you know, the list goes on and on and on. He does not deserve to be given the airtime that he so desperately craves, to be featured on MSNBC in a story about he's gonna run for president. Well, you know what, Michael Cohen, who I think might as well be psychic for how accurate he is about predicting what Trump will do, said there's no way he'll run for president, for one reason that Michael Cohen cites, and he says because he will not be able to grift. He won't be able to make any money if he's doing that. So yeah, and C. Douglas is saying they had to stop all MSNBC and CNN, and I'm with you on that, because I think that we're completely tuned in to the BS. Our BS meter is on, so we're really tuned in. No one should feed the beast. I agree. We're really tuned in now, and give yourself some credit for how astute you are, and basically it's a BS detector. You have your BS detector on. And speaking of that, the polls are not accurate. There's no way they can be accurate. How can the polls be accurate when not everybody has voted yet? Think about it. The polls cannot be accurate if not everybody has voted yet. So take the news with a grain of salt. Understand that these people that are reporting the news on MSNBC and CNN, they're not, for the most part, well versed in the thought creates reality, and the spirituality, and working with energies. They're not well versed in that. I think if they were, they probably wouldn't be on, hosting news shows. And I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying, consider the source. Consider the source of the information that's coming. I did hear that severe storms are hitting Texas. Tornadoes everywhere. We'll definitely be sending prayers to Texas. Keep us posted too, Shockwave. I'm assuming that that's where you are. The temperature in Massachusetts and New England today was in the 70s, so that's odd. And for November, I do remember when November was a cold month. It isn't anymore. We need prayers for Texas. We need prayers for Democrats. We need prayers that Democrats keep the majority. We have some amazing candidates. If you really look at all the different candidates, all the Democratic candidates, really just take some time and go through and see as many Democrats that are running for office that you can look up. These people are astute, they're intelligent, they're progressive, they're inclusive, they're genius. Some of them are so smart and so together and so have a vision for this country. The Democrats that are running for office, honestly, it's the best team of Democrats that I've ever seen running for office. I don't know if you guys are with me on that, but that's what I've observed, is these people are smart. And I'm proud to, be a Democrat and see it's a good team to align with. So let's do whatever we can. I know, and in Michigan, exactly. Gretchen Whitmer and what's the other one's name? I'm trying to remember the other one's name. That's on the news a lot. 71 degrees in Michigan. Yeah, man, it's pretty warm. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Tweet. Okay, so much going on. I did a little shopping today. My hair is all weird tonight. I don't know. It does its own thing. So, Texas has a big tornado. The first thing that I thought of when I heard the tornadoes were heading for Texas was, I wonder what Greg Abbott's doing about Texas. And I wonder too, and we'll look into this, what's going on in Florida, because to me it seems as if Florida is, Tudor Dixon is poisoned. Yeah, absolutely. It seems like Florida is in a news blackout. Has anybody noticed that? Is it just me? I haven't seen any news out of Florida. Let me know if you're in Florida. What's going on in Florida? Because it just seems like since Hurricane Ian, Florida seems to be in a news blackout. I think we should start there. Anyway, I did go shopping a little bit and came across some tarot cards that weren't very expensive. And some, I haven't even opened these. These are called Night School. Moonlit Magic deck, so maybe I will open these. But what these are, you know, I just kind of stopped in at Marshall's to get a couple things, and then lo and behold, I've never seen tarot cards at Marshall's, but I got a great deal on them. And you know, I'm a sucker for tarot cards, so let's see what they have for us. And these are called, and I've never seen them before in my life, Tarot of the Divine. So brand new. Greg Abbott is doing nothing. Greg Abbott will do nothing. They don't care about their fellow human beings. So we have to help to awaken the masses that seem to not see that these Republicans don't care about their fellow human beings. I know it's hard for us to imagine that if we're compassionate and empathetic people. So the first question I'm going to ask here in Tyler, Texas, which is close to Canton. Canton always gets hit. Yeah, tornadoes are weird. They are. We're going to ask about the blackout. See, I got them from Marshall's. They were only $14.99. I couldn't resist. We're going to ask if there's a blackout on the news. If I know, I hate to say this, but it just seems like Ron DeSantis has shut down the news media. You don't have to apologize for being late. It's not school. You guys are funny. I love you all so much. Okay. And while I'm shuffling my new deck, it's not that I won't. Yeah, Marshall's. $14.99. Is anyone from Florida? I've been on just for a few minutes. 16 minutes, and I'm just blabbering. Because I kind of blabber till people show up. Till more people show up. Also, I want to encourage you to check out, because I really do appreciate this. I do appreciate other readers on YouTube. Autumn Black and Orange Tarot, she's on daily, 365 days a week. I mean a year. And, a week. And she was going over the charts for different, you can always watch it on replay. She was going over the charts for several of the different races. So yeah, Autumn was, I love that she'll do astrology. I'm not an astrologer. So, go to Marshall's. They have tarot cards now. Let's see. I'm going to pick 3 cards about what the heck is going on with the media. Oh, you're so sweet. I love you guys. Feed my ego. We're looking at what's going on in Florida with these brand new cards. This is the first time that I've read these ever, because I just opened them. The star represents the United States. Ron DeSantis is having this. Ron DeSantis is having this, like, I need to look like I'm perfect. Well, you know, he's, these aren't his actual words. This is just what I'm picking up. Is like, he's trying to keep how he looks impeccable. And I'm reminded of the pictures of him with the boots after Hurricane Ian, when he had those silly rain boots on, those white boots. I don't know if that was real, but I think it was. And he was trying to make himself look all, oh, look what a great job I do. This is the star card. This, because he's got his eye on being the star of the United States. Ron DeSantis does. This is what Ron DeSantis is thinking. I'm going to be the star of the United States. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. His ads make him look like the perfect husband. Okay, so it is perfection that he's aiming for a perfect looking image. And he's a mean, nasty, racist, fascist individual. And I heard they're arresting people for voting. I mean, there are some people that are getting arrested for voting. So, oh yeah, Mr. America, right? The Six of Wands is indicative of, yes, he actually is. He's gotten to work getting the media to not report on Florida. I did have communities in East Texas have no plans for the for storms. Let me see. Yeah, well, think about it. The GOP doesn't make storm plans. I know. I always thought, who the heck tries to screw over Mickey Mouse? Ron DeSantis is covering up the media. He's not allowing the media to come in. He's shutting the media out. This is classic fascist behavior. Think North Korea. 8 of coins. Also, he's trying to hide money. Yeah, and after the hurricane hit, I did a reading and I saw Disney. It's despicable what Ron DeSantis is doing to voters. It's a setup. I saw in a former reading after the hurricane that Disney was gonna give about 3 to 4 billion for hurricane cleanup. I haven't. Yeah, well, if MSNBC was in Florida last night, yeah, I'm not just talking about that. That was like one night. They send a voter card and then they arrest them. Unbelievable. Yeah, so what I'm talking about, TJ Maxx is part of Marshall's. Somebody's just talking about, I should reference who I'm responding to. I got these cards real cheap at Marshall's, brand new, nice cards, and TJ Maxx apparently carries them sometimes too. Back to this. If MSNBC was there last night, that's not really what I'm referring to actually. I'm actually referring to that we have not heard about what's happened since the hurricane. We have not heard stories out of Florida. We haven't heard about what happened with the case against Ron DeSantis for the immigrant stunts that he's pulled and probably still pulling. So there's my psychic impression about Florida is he's put the news in a blackout of sorts to the best of his ability. The most possibly he can hide things. So I do like these cards. I like that they're simple and nice colors. It's kind of like the phases of the moon. Once again, if you just jumped on, I just kind of took a trip to the store and found these Tarot of the Divine. Who made these? I've got all kinds of fun new things. Yoshi Tani. So inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. Really nice. Highly recommend. Thus far. And this is my new selenite. I'm showing off my new purchases. This is a selenite ball, like a crystal ball. And there was a new age store going out of business, so on Halloween evening we were having a field day, me and my niece and another friend, and got some great stuff, lots of candles. We stocked up. And I also might look at these cards, which I haven't opened yet. This is called the Moonlight Magic Deck. Okay, so we're going to take a look at what's going to happen with, yes, no one's stopping the media outside of Florida to report about him, but I think that my psychic impression, let's grab the pendulum, is that he's having a say in Florida. Yeah, no progress reports about cleaning up and helping homeless in Florida. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Is Ron DeSantis keeping the media away? Yes, this is a psychic impression. I've been getting that all along. Isn't it odd? Snow in Amarillo, Texas? That sounds unusual. Let's take a look. Before we pull cards about the tornadoes in Texas tonight, let us pull cards about the race in Florida. Midas Touch is great. I'm actually looking for new news sources. So if you found good, I always advocate for watching Midas Touch. I mention it on every video. I think those guys are doing a fabulous job. If you could hit the thumbs up, I always appreciate that. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. let's look at the race between Christ and DeSantis, DeSatan. Hello, Bon Blue. All right, so let's DeSantis and DeSatan and Christ. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. PBS, BBC, yeah, that's good. I do like good personalities on the news too. I mean, I like to be entertained a little too, watching the news. So, Shockwave, be careful. Well, you know, even more than that, we'll send Shockwave some really strong protective vibes. This is about Ron DeSantis and Chris. Okay. When the lever card comes up, when I'm talking about what's going on in this country, the lever card indicates people that are rallying for somebody that's really showing them some love. So, Democracy Now! Is good. Okay, I'm looking for some news sources that aren't all, you know, working for ratings. CBC News. If I live near the, not quite near the Canadian border. I'm not far from it. Christ. It looks like Charlie Crist. The way the guides are giving it to me right now, Crist won. Now, I know the election hasn't happened yet, but I'm just talking about, I'm getting an energy of people who plan to vote for Crist, and I'm getting Crist. It's a win for Crist, is what I'm picking up. Because the lever card means that people are going to go, they're going to go with the love. They're going to go for the love. I don't care what anybody says. You're welcome, Marlena. I don't care what anybody says. When I look at Ron DeSantis, I'm not feeling any love. I'm not feeling any love at all. So the Two of Cups is like, I feel like Charlie Crist, is getting the support that he needs. This reminds me that I was watching the news when I got the breaking news that Oprah is endorsing John Fetterman. So that's a good question. If DeSatan, I'm getting that DeSatan will lose. Well, he's not planning to concede. He's not planning to concede. Hi, Liza. I'm glad you could catch us live. Crooked Media. I haven't heard of Crooked Media. Is that a YouTube channel? Oh, the night school? Yeah, I haven't opened them yet. I will. Yeah, so I was like thrilled because you know what? I'm still reading about Kristen DeSantis, but I just want to say that if you caught, I did this crazy thing on Halloween. It seems like it was ages ago. That was Monday, right? I did this crazy thing on Halloween on my channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Where I, unbeknownst to me, just kind of fell into this character because I had a nun costume and I was Sister Marionette. I wasn't Mother Teresa. That's too far. So I was too irreverent to be Mother Teresa. But when I was channeling as Sister Marionette, remember I did say that I saw Fetterman and I saw the women, especially after the debate that he courageously got up there and did that debate, even though he had not recovered from his stroke. Yeah, Sister Marionette that was really fun. I'm glad I did that. It was really spontaneous. And when I heard that Oprah was gonna put her weight behind John Fetterman, that's the first thing I thought of was Sister Marionette on Monday said that she saw the women backing Fetterman, that it was the women backing Fetterman that were just really, make him get to that tipping point. So I know I'm actually still reading on Florida, but we'll get to Pennsylvania too. So that's one hell of a woman for sure. I mean, I didn't realize it was going to be that big when I was reading on it. Anyway, it does look like Chris will win. Now the question, I think Shockwave said, is I mean, these Republicans know how heinous they are, which is why they need to cheat, right? We all know that. Because they don't plan on helping anybody. Just themselves and their wealthy friends. Let's see if, well, we're getting that Christ will win, so, and it's C-R-I-S-T, but somebody just spelled it Christ, so, you know, I pay attention to how things are spelled and stuff. Will DeSantis concede? No. Nope. Nope. It's the, somebody's mentioning that the young people are voting in droves. That's really, really important. Somebody, I'm just reading the chats and picking up on some of the topics people are bringing up. It's really amazingly ridiculous that the the Republicans are saying we're going to cut Medicare and cut Social Security, and then in the next breath they're talking about the Democrats and inflation is all because of the Democrats, and yet the Republicans voted against the Inflation Reduction Act. So they're talking about taking away Medicare and Social Security, and in the next breath they're talking about the economy. It's all about the economy, and the Democrats are screwing up the economy. And Joe Biden and the administration, everybody, they passed the Inflation Reduction Act. None of the Republicans vote for it. And then the Republicans are out there going, oh, inflation is all Joe Biden's fault. Are you guys following me? They're blaming inflation on Joe Biden, and they passed the Inflation Reduction Act. We got to be talking to people. Oh, that's good. I'll ask about Val versus Rubio. I did get that DeSantis wouldn't concede. I feel a little compelled to look at that a little bit more with the cards. Voted for Beto today! Yay! Now, it's a policy of mine to not call races for sure, because there's so much in play. But I'll give you a little hints, like where I'm feeling the trajectory's going. So what's going to happen when DeSantis doesn't concede? Because you know he won't. None of them plan to concede. No. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. Friday Night Live. Did you guys see on my community pages that I posted that picture of Will Ferrell and the other comedian, I don't know her name, but when they did the cheerleaders on SNL? Sometimes, if I watch Will Ferrell, I'm on the floor laughing. He's so funny. Go watch some Will Ferrell tonight. We got to keep the energy up. Okay, so Ron DeSantis not conceding, because I'm just basing this on the reading I'm doing right now, that I see him not winning. I see Christ winning. And the pendulum said that DeSantis won't concede. And then I see, okay, he's going to call on his military police. I don't mean to frighten you. But what Ron DeSantis starts pulling when he doesn't concede, when he loses and doesn't concede, is he's going to create sorrow. So, we'll be okay. Don't worry. It does look like when he doesn't concede, he's going to try to pull in, you know, Proud Boys and such. For entertainment purposes only. Ron DeSantis, when he doesn't win and doesn't concede. Will Ferrell door knocked with Beto's wife. Wow, let's hear it from Will Ferrell. I did not know that. It's funny. I had no idea, but I posted that picture on my community page just to let you know I'd be here. That's great. See? I must be psychic. I picked up on it. Ron DeSantis will not concede, and he's gonna make us very, very, very sad with the stunts that he pulls. I'm so psychic. I had no idea Will Ferrell was doing that. I didn't hear that on the news or anything, but I wanted to post his picture today. 7 of coins. Well, this is indicative that Ron DeSantis is he has dark money behind him and a lot of illicit activity when it comes to money. hiding money and handling money and stealing money. A lot of that is factual. So, on Beto's YouTube channel, does Beto have a YouTube channel? I will look. Yeah, Ron DeSantis is going to just cause a big ruckus when he doesn't concede. Be ready for that. Let me see. Will he get in trouble with the law? Will Ron DeSantis get in trouble with the law? It looks like he'll get in trouble with... Yeah, I answered it before you even... It's a big yes. He will be in trouble with the law when he promotes violence when he doesn't win and doesn't concede. Beto has a YouTube channel. Good to know. The fire card told you that DeSantis is toast. I like the fire card. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, and these are really easy to see on the video, too. Cool. Not cool that he's not going to concede, but I think we kind of knew that. He's going to bring in those, you know, I hate to call him big guns, but he does have... You know, it's really interesting how fascist they are. Ryan Hall et al. Yeah, this pendulum is from a company called Project Yourself. They always want me to write reviews, and I'm very lazy about writing reviews. Project Yourself, so check them out online. They offer me great deals all the time. I could open a store with all the stuff that I have. I mean, I know people that are worse in terms of, you know, they can't not buy a tarot deck, but... Alright, we're asking about Texas and the tornadoes next. I'm taking questions. Not only where will the affected people in Texas vote, where will the affected people in Florida vote? Let's see. We're looking at Texas and the tornadoes. Let's send positive vibes to Texas that they're safe. And this really should sink Republicans how much they don't do a thing. Let's not forget Mississippi losing their drinking water a couple months ago. And that was because Tate Reeves, the governor there, was just too all about, you know, oh, we gotta have an abortion ban, and, you know, and not sinking any money into infrastructure, not managing things. And then they lost their drinking water, and that's what Republicans do. They just let people die. I wish I was joking. They literally let people die. Okay, Texas. Let's see. People will come together. You know what I just want to say about what Texas is going through right now, the tornadoes? Beto will help you. Beto will help you. Does Satan make sure the Republican area can vote, but the others are out of luck? See? Totally? So Lisa Sharp, so are you saying that you think that during Hurricane Sandy there's much talk about how they were going to get everyone to the polls, but did they solve that problem? 7 tornado warnings. This is not the first time I've been doing a live PNN and there were tornadoes in Texas. Because around 4 months ago, I was doing a PNN live. Yeah, Beto will help you in Texas. Beto will help you in Texas. Hi, Amy. And you will have to read, but this is interesting because this is about what's going on in Texas right now. Governor Abbott will not help you. I'm having a deja vu because I've been around this block before with Texas having tornadoes during a PNN, in which I said, Abbott will not help you. And I said the same exact thing about DeSantis with the hurricanes. DeSantis will not help you. This is the judgment that comes around Abbott, and Beto will help. And, you know, this is kind of like Beto's kind of calling card in terms of, you know, he's being called to do something for Texas, which he really is all the time. I mean, even when they had that deep freeze and the power grid went down in Texas, and then, Cancun Cruz there was leaving his own state and not helping, and Beto wasn't even running for anything at the time, and Beto got out there and helped his fellow Texans. Beto will be helping, and he was right there with Uvalde too. And this is judgment time for Abbott. These people have no business being in charge of these states. I don't know how they get in. We could ask them. Well, it's like, the natural course of things is, if we don't address the issue of burning fossil fuels, which has been scientifically proven since the 1970s to create global climate change, then, it's not really the rage of Mother Nature, it's just naturally the way that things go. Somebody was asking me something here. If anyone knows how I can keep the chat, because it just keeps clicking off and it's annoying. Okay. Okay, so let us know if you're in Texas, what's going on there. We'll count on you for the breaking news. Oh, your hashtag is Beto always shows up. Beto always shows up. Ah, Michelle's on a camping trip and she popped in anyway. Wow, I am so flattered. Let's hear it from Michelle for making the effort. Are there still people sitting at the ballot boxes in Arizona and other places? When you think about it, it is ridiculous that people are having to wait in line. I was watching Midas Touch last night. They have live shows pretty frequently, and they were showing that all the students, I think it was, in might have been Pennsylvania. I don't remember what state it was. All these people lined up at the ballot boxes. They make it so hard for us to do democracy. There's no need for that. And it is time for people to just get angry and to speak out. And after the midterms, we're not going to stop working. We are not going to stop working. And all the psychics that I've heard are seeing the Democrats maintaining their position. I've been saying that I see the Democrats keeping the majority by the skin of their teeth. It shouldn't be that close, but there's a whole lot of, what they project onto the Democrats. There's a whole lot of restricting votes going on. So it's really a lot bigger number that will vote for democracy. I'm just looking at it that way now. That will vote to keep democracy. Honestly, we're going to do, I love you too. We're going to, put it to people like that. And everyone needs to be out and, getting the word out. I took a risk and did a group text with my family, and I got some eyeball rolls, but I don't care. I did my part in terms of that. Eurovision on Netflix is good. Okay. So, are people in Arizona still sitting there waiting at the ballot boxes? Please hit the thumbs up, it helps me. I don't know how, but that's what they tell me. And also, I have a new assistant, and shout out to her. I don't know if she's here, but she has really worked hard on my website. So if you go to, Oprah came out for Fetterman. I did say that. Hang on. I said Oprah came out for Fetterman. I didn't say for Oz. Unless I misspoke and didn't realize it. Does happen. Especially when you're reading the chat and everything. Hang on. Too many topics all at once. Alright, so we're looking at Arizona. Are there still people in Arizona waiting in line? Yes. Yeah, that threw me off because I said she backed Fetterman. Unless, sometimes things slip out wrong. It happens all the time. You hear it on the news all the time. The newscaster will be like, and Joe Biden did it yesterday. He said the war in Iraq, and he meant Ukraine. That's just a testament to the. There's just too much going on. Too much. I'm going to look at how people are faring. And yeah, positive thoughts for all the brave poll workers for sure. But what I was about to say was my website has been really upgraded way more than it was. I wasn't even sending people to it. But it's psychicannettedion.com. You have to type in the .com part. psychicannettedion.com. I think I've even said it to you guys wrong, so I'm just a really bad marketer. And I have time for readings if you want to sign up for a reading. We're looking at the status of people that are having to wait in lines. I feel really fortunate. I don't ever really have to wait in line. Be grateful if that's the case for you, honestly. They'll continue to wait in the lines. These people that are out to vote, they will continue to wait in the lines. Think about the amount of people that, you remember when there was something was trending and it was like, I remember a long time ago, it was like Cabbage Patch dolls or, you know, like tickets to a concert that were hard to get and, you know, or like a Harry Potter thing just being released. Think about how long people will wait for something they really need to see happen for them. This is the spirit with which people are going out to vote. They're not leaving those lines. They are not leaving those lines that they're in to vote. There's nothing is going to budge these people, especially the women, especially the young women. If you think women can't tolerate standing in line for an entire day to vote for the right to have bodily privacy and autonomy, speaking of that, little segue, Jimmy Kimmel last night. I mean, it's bad that I was laughing so hard, maybe. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel last night, there was a little segment. Today is the 4th. It was last night on the 3rd. I always watch it on replay because I don't watch TV. I just watch YouTube. So Jimmy Kimmel had a little comedy about the troll that... Did anybody see this? The surveillance troll that lives in the house where a woman lives, and he's like dressed in a suit like he's a politician troll. He's this little doll, like an elf on a shelf. It's like a politician on a shelf. So the troll watches and can sense things about the woman to find out if she's pregnant or if she's leaving the house to go leave the state. And it was just really funny. I mean, we have to laugh to keep our sanity, but you got to check out that clip. Did anybody see that? Women will stand in line for 3 days if they need to. I know. I feel really lucky that I live in a blue state too, and it's pretty sapphire blue. We got some early voters here. People will stand in line for as long as it takes. Yeah, Kelly, check that out. Jimmy Kimmel last night. I'm sure it's easy to find. It must have gone viral. It's very funny. It's pathetic and funny at the same time. And you got to hand it to the comedians that can make us laugh during these times. It is not easy. Well, the writers, obviously, right? Somebody's Annette. Okay, yes. What do you need? If people are not in tune with all the stress of current news, does it contribute to good energy or subtract from it? Well, yeah, we are staying positive, but see, it's just that we have to, at our Grassroots of Democracy meeting last night, I offered up a couple of little, perspectives and exercises, and one is like the law of contrast, is like, you see somebody like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she reminds you that you stand for being intelligent, because she's not. Did you see that, Ellen, on Jimmy Kimmel? What people encourage you to be more of. You see people spewing lies, so you want to, in your own life, highlight truth. Truth indicates to you that truth is really important and you want to stand for truth. So it's kind of like a resistance sort of a game to play. Like, how are they showing me what I want to highlight more in my life? I want to be a truth teller. I want to have integrity. I want to have honor. They're showing you what it's like and how ugly it is to not have that. So that's one way to lighten up the energy. I work really hard on not putting out hateful energies and just knowing that doesn't do any good. I mean, we're all human and we feel those emotions, but I do my best to work with those emotions to the best of my ability. Nobody's perfect, right? Don't get mad at yourself for being mad. That's just kind of a double whammy, right? Okay, so let's look at Arizona. Like, speaking of horrible people, Carrie Lake is a really horrible woman. Carrie Lake is just hell-bent on power. You know what I've said before about Ron DeSantis is it's like blind lust. Like blind to anything but lust for power. Blind lust for power. Carrie Lake, I don't know. When I say blind lust for power, what I mean is they can't see anything because they're so lusting for power. With Carrie, it's a little different than DeSantis. It's like, it's very, very, very sinister. Carrie Lake, what she has going on is very sinister. I'm wondering if she is practiced in the art of manipulating through media tricks. Does that make sense? Through media. Yeah, I really feel like there's something about her that's, I know it's hard to imagine, but it's more sinister than to Satan, in that it's more clever and more sneaky. So let's take a look at that. I don't feel that she's going to win, but just like DeSantis, I'm kind of comparing those two because it feels really similar. What DeSantis is going to do is the same thing Carrie Lake is going to do. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Go to my website. Yeah, she's very sinister. She's very adept at how to manipulate people through media. And you'd be surprised at how much you can, if somebody's really practiced at it, if they've done a lot of research and trained in it, how much people understand certain head movements or eye movements or body language that they do can coerce people. There's a lot that you can learn about that. Anyway, so we're looking at her. Three of Swords. She is a heart breaker. Carrie Lake, there's no end to her cruelty. Yeah, it's like the advertisers. So it's kind of like calculated. That's a good word. It's kind of like subliminal seduction. Both she and DeSantis are going to break our hearts. Break our hearts. And boy, nothing against people that are physically attractive, but she is so ugly on the inside and she thinks she's so beautiful. Oh, send Texas lots of prayers. On the news tonight, Carrie Lake, she is speaking her constitutional right. What does that even mean? Eight of Swords. Oh yeah, that woman is about to hurt people. Scary. Page of Swords. This indicates somebody who's coming in to kind of save the day. Yeah. I feel like Carrie Lake is going to lose, and I don't know who's posting about where you got that she's surging in the polls, but remember what I said about the polls is they're not accurate. They're not accurate. Well, I don't know what did she say? What constitutional right was she talking about? I mean, because it's ridiculous when they're like, oh, they're taking away our free speech when they're speaking. The pathos doesn't end, I'm telling you. It's constant. So what Carrie Lake is getting ready to do, this, I'm just gonna lay it right out there. I'm gonna lay it right out there. I'm gonna tell you guys what I see. For entertainment purposes only, this channel is based on my psychic impressions, which I call, tongue-in-cheek, my psychic facts. Yeah, Lake is a puppet. So is Marjorie Taylor Greene. When Marjorie Taylor Greene gets up to speak, I can actually see Viktor Orban's tape recorder that she's just repeating what Viktor Orban told her to say. Anyway, I'm gonna just lay it on the line. DeSantis is gonna promote violence, and Carrie Lake is gonna promote violence. We'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, this Three of Swords is really standing up. Carrie Lake doesn't care who she hurts. Blessed Child from Florida, Miami-Dade. Is there a news blackout that has DeSantis behind it? Let's see. Don't just count on my psychic impressions. Look at the other psychics too. I'm just saying, you know, it's like getting a second opinion. But I've been doing this work for a very long time. Longer than I like to say. I see DeSantis and I see Carrie Lake inciting violence. And I would love to be wrong. You'd lie first if you were living among the Reds. Where do you live, Francie? Where do you live? So the fat kitty who's saying she's counting on what I said about the midterms, the other psychics are saying the same as me? Okay. No, they didn't learn anything when Gabby Gifford got shot. Thank you. Prayers from the UK. I just want to say, if you're watching from overseas, if you live in a different country, I feel your prayers. We feel your prayers, and we so appreciate it. And then, you know, there's a couple of psychics on YouTube, Australian, Lena and Marianne and Ellie. Is it Ellie? Anyway, I don't watch them so much, but I just think it's so endearing that they're so, they care about us. So don't get discouraged if you're in the States and we get very scared. Just know that we're being prayed for too. So Carrie Lake is going to incite violence. DeSantis is going to incite violence. I am concerned about Pennsylvania Mastriano, blah, 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 Miss Lake, I know. I don't even know how people can listen to her. Oh, thanks, Deb. It's hard to know who people are when I'm just saying your names. I know that Lisa Sharp's in Canada. I'm working on learning French on Duolingo. Let me just tell you, in these crazy times we're in, my ancestors, my great-grandfather, who I didn't ever meet, was from Quebec, as was his 13 children. So my grandfather's family were from Quebec. So anyway, I'm learning French because if things get really bad, I'm moving to Canada. There, I said it. These things get on our minds, you know, we have to think about. I'm ready too, but we do think about it. Yeah, my somebody did our family tree and we're related to Celine. I don't know if I can back that up with the facts, but like Celine Dion, je parle un peu de français. Don't make me speak French, it's so bad. But anyway, Anna Macedo wrote 400 postcards. Good for you. I got 20 out. Why are you sorry, Roxanne? What'd you do? Yeah, and I really need to get on the passport thing. This is, you know, I'm not saying we're going to have to leave the country. Actually, my thoughts are more about what's going to happen with global climate change, to be fully, transparent. I'm right on the coast. I mean, practically an island, and all the global climate change maps say that this, where I live, will be underwater, which will be terrible. Yeah, so somebody's talking about Michigan. So my dad is from Michigan, and my mom's from here, Massachusetts. They met when he was in the Navy. Isn't that cute? We're going through Pluto returns still. And are you an astrologer? We're going through a Pluto return. Melissa, that's cute. Are you all reading the chat so you know what I'm talking about? Oh, Elon Musk and Twitter. Well, you know what? Lake said she wants Arizona to secede from the Union. Why would they want to make things so hard on themselves? You spoke more French in France than in Quebec? Yeah, I know, but a lot of signs are written in French, right? Like if I go to New Hampshire, the signs like "Welcome to New Hampshire" has also the French "Bienvenue." Am I saying that correctly? So, astrology is a hobby. My best friend, for her, astrology is a hobby, and it's amazing how accurate she is. Some people were astrologers in past lives. I watch David Pakman. I think he's really talented, and I can't watch him all the time because anybody who waxes real negative, I don't think there's any need for that. Like what I just told you felt hard to tell you, but yes, I'm on an island. Where I live is just a peninsula. Oh, I said it right. Bienvenue. Yeah, so where are we at here? Yeah, David Pakman, I have a hard time with people that do just go negative, and I do my best to give you the bad news with a little lightheartedness, because I know that everyone's saying Trump is going to announce his candidacy. When you think about how much that would entail for him, I guess we can look at it. But Pakman will get up there, and here's why I'm opposed to people doing that. Is because our thoughts are powerful, and it depends on the intensity of the thought, how likely it is to contribute to a manifestation of that which we're thinking about. Yeah, Pakman is too negative. It's Pakman. And he's got a lot of followers, and I just can't do that because I feel like I have more awareness of metaphysics and the way the energy works, and I really want to encourage you all every Tuesday, and you really have to join us on Tuesday. We have a meditation and visualization meeting. Go to psychicannetdion.com and you can sign up there, and any of you can email me annetdion7@gmail.com. This Tuesday is going to be really powerful it's election day, and we have been doing this every single Tuesday, so sign up for that so we can meditate together. Yeah, you don't watch them anymore either. The ones that make me upset, I can't. Thank you, Roberta. It's awesome. It's an awesome meditation. The ones that make me upset, I won't watch. So I got off of CNN, and I'm about to get off of MSNBC. I'm pretty much off of MSNBC lately because Nicole there and Rachel Maddow I can't watch anymore. I'm not going to watch people that are just freaking us out because it's not responsible from my perspective. Did I already ask this? Is Trump going to throw his hat in the ring for the... No. I'm getting no. Is he just grifting by saying that? I'm getting yes. I'm getting no. I'm getting no. Give us the report on Texas. Do you guys remember that if you've been with me a while? doing a video in the spring and getting all these, in the chat, there's tornadoes in Texas, tornadoes in Texas. It's happened a lot. You can't digest Pac-Man. He's a good guy and everything. I mean, he's from this area. I think he lives in Boston. Okay, let's see. What next? Let's take a look at how, let's just take a look at how Trump is doing. What do you say? I might need to get a little water in a second, so I might leave you for a minute because I have to, 30 seconds. Get something to drink. Trump. He looks awful. If you've seen Trump lately, his eyes are so puffy they're almost swollen shut. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. I like your candle. Don't drink the Kool-Aid says, Corey taught me to do this. Read what they say. Can't watch negativity if it's factual. Facts are great. Don't really want to look at Trump. It's just out of curiosity. He looks awful. Let me see. I'm going to ask this question. Will Trump have a major health event this year in 2022? That's going to yes. Okay, I'm getting Trump is going to have a major health event, and that's a strong yes in 2022. So that's wow. Is it going to be? We're just looking. Maybe some crying. I think maybe crying and not sleeping. I've heard from a long time ago he was a bad insomniac. Is he heavily medicated? Is Trump heavily medicated? Oh, by the way, he's heavily medicated. I didn't say that, I did not say that Carrie Lake is going to win. I'm not saying that you're saying that, but Carrie Lake is going to create holy hell. Is Trump heavily medicated? Yes, I'm getting Trump is heavily medicated. Pretty heavily. He looks it. He's bloated. His eyes look like they're swollen shut, and he's making absolutely no sense. Except vitriol. So we're looking at 3 cards. Why does it make you happy? We just want these horrible people to be gone. Trump. Queen of Cups, Letitia James. Letitia James is really, he's actually afraid of Letitia James. Yeah, he's actually afraid of, I'm reading on him, of Letitia James. He would never admit it in a gazillion years, but he's trying to sue her, right? Yeah, I like your take. This election's going to do him in, Holly says. Letitia James is going to do him in, and it's about the money. Who's saying stop channeling me? By the way, thank you to the wrench wielders. Much appreciated. And if you want to pass that duty along if you get tired of it, don't hesitate. I'm trying to read what you're saying. Amy, writing in French, testing me. Tisha James is going to get the money that she is requesting from Trump.org. .grift. Oh, Charlene went to school with it. Yeah, with Annette Dion. Only mine's just D-I-O-N. Want to take a look at Merrick Garland? See what's up with that? So let's just ask the pendulum about Kathy Hochul in New York. Will she win? There's too many names to keep track of. I don't know who she's running, the name of the person she's running against. It's governor of New York. Yeah, it looks like she's going to win. and New York. I do feel momentum building for democracy winning. Whenever you think about what's going on in America right now, imagine democracy wins. Democracy wins. Imagine people, I will, Gloria, wait. Have we been around this circle before? Just keep in mind that there are a lot of good Democrats that will win. Okay? Just keep that in mind. And just so you know, if you're asking me something and I don't get to it right away, it's because I've got to go with the vibe. Okay? That's all. I'm not yelling at you or anything. Not you, but I've had people before go, you need to do this! You need to do this now. I'm a Sagittarius, so it's Scorp rising. I don't like being told what to do. Catherine saying she prays the rosary for the preservation of democracy. That makes two of us. I pray every single day the rosary. Aw, thank you, Amy. That's sweet. You're already a good person. So, okay. Hang on, I'm just picking and choosing. Tisha James, I feel the women, and the legal system taking Trump down. And what was the next most important question? I was gonna answer. Okay, I was curious. Judge Engeron okayed. What did he okay? Did he okay a monitor? Was that him? Anyway, we are certainly getting a lesson in law. That's for sure. Love you too, Gloria. Okay, I have to narrow it down to one question for the moment. Okay, here's my question. Is Ivana Trump haunting Donald? Stalin said it's not who votes but who counts the votes. Keep that in mind. And also, Donald J. Trump said the same thing. He did. Do you remember when Donald Trump got up there and he said, the problem is the votes? He did say. Do you remember that? Do you remember that Trump said that? The problem with the elections is the votes. I'm sorry. It's just we live in interesting times. I am going to look at Elon Musk a little bit. I'm going to give you my total psychic impression of Elon Musk and Twitter. But first, is Ivana Trump haunting Donald? Wait. Because he's not sleeping at night. I think Mike Flynn's going back to jail. Is Ivana Trump is haunting Donald. Not that spirits haunt people. Does Donald feel afraid? Oh my gosh. Alright, so the question that I'm asking is Ivana Trump from the other side haunting Donald? And I'm getting yes. I get Mike Flynn is going to prison. It just popped into my head. That was my impression. And the guys are saying about that, it's going to be after some incident. Like Ebenezer Scrooge. Kind of like that. I think that's what's keeping him up. You got yes on that too, Gloria? And I got that's what was going to happen. I cannot believe they buried her at the golf course. I'm sure she didn't take well to that. Not that spirits care where their bodies end up, because they're not in the body anymore. But honestly, I think it's time to burn some Palo Santo. Thank you, Lisa Sharp. That is my website that Lisa Sharp just put up there if you want to check it out. Because there's a lot more stuff on my website. Really, just about everything. is on there now. Yeah, Ivana from the other side, from the grave, wants justice. And I feel like I'm feeling a lot of paranoia. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of paranoia. Am I done? Am I done with what? Still here. Well, let's see, Catherine. Is Ivana's body actually at the golf course? I'm getting that thanks. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I'm getting that it is there. But I heard she was cremated. You know, I feel like Donald Trump is in a lot of paranoia. And that she might not be haunting him per se. Did you sign on? Oh, okay, cool. Glad you're here, Dancing Warrior. He's very paranoid. I mean, maybe he believes in ghosts. Look at that. Look at that. I never, yes, look, you got a yes on, I think we got some pendulum holders here. Yeah. Just the idea of it, even if it's not actually happening, just the idea of it. Does Donald Trump believe in ghosts? Does Donald Trump believe in ghosts? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm surprised. It's really swinging. Remember the last time I did a live? We went on. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, this is a crystalline. This is a selenite. Oh my goodness. I'm not going around this again for like 15, 20 minutes, but just, is she at that actual site? She's at that actual site. The White House has them what, Susan? Unbelievable. Yes, he believes in ghosts. Oh, the White House does have ghosts. Yes. Okay. Wouldn't you love to be at the White House overnight? That would be interesting. Has Donald Trump ever seen a ghost? I think he's seen a ghost. The counter pendulum on the other end of my main pendulum? I don't know what you mean. He's seen a ghost. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm really curious now. Okay, let's see if he's more afraid of his father's ghost. Now we're going down the rabbit hole of, does Donald Trump believe he's being haunted by ghosts? Does he feel like his father's ghost is with him? Oh my gosh, it is like a Christmas carol. All the ghosts. This is the most active this pendulum has been tonight, and it's about Donald Trump believing in ghosts. How crazy is that? You just never know. He thinks his father is haunting him. I'm glad I've got other pendulum readers here. That's cool. Well, we already went over that about, are there top secret documents in Nirvana's casket, in a different video, and there, no. I got no. But I do get that the ancestors are pissed. Did he say he talked to Lincoln? I mean, on another note about that, I thought she was cremated too, Ivana. Back a while, maybe a year ago, I got the feeling that Donald Trump was in dialogue with dark entities. Fred's ghost. Yeah. I feel like he has paranoia about if there is life after death, that Ivana and his father would be upset. We're not having a seance. She was cremated in 24 hours? Wow. Another reader said that too. I just pulled it out of the air. I wasn't really planning to read on that, but I wonder who that reader was. The Ghost of Christmas Past. Catherine saying the news confirmed Putin has pancreatic cancer. We'll get to Putin in a second. Yeah, isn't that funny that all these people that have pendulums tonight are getting that Donald Trump is being haunted by ghosts? It's crazy, isn't it? Craziness. I was saying to Corey during our show on Wednesday, go to Bridge Cape Inn if you want to watch that show. We can ask if Putin dabbles in the dark arts. I was saying something about Donald. What was it? I know it was about Putin. Sorry, from Donald Trump to Putin. They're very, very, very similar. I have never really felt that Putin's energy being so ill. I have said before that that Putin's energy is really very weak and very physically ill. But now I'm getting a sense. We'll get back to Trump too. Now I'm getting a sense around Putin, and I said this on Wednesday night, that it feels like his body is disintegrating. So, and I keep on hearing that he has pancreatic cancer. I don't know if you can find that out factually, but we're gonna flip over to Putin right now. I know it's a horrible thing to look at. And by the way, I just have to say, on the topic of Putin, Marjorie Taylor Greene is out there speaking pro-Russia, just like preaching pro-Russia rhetoric. I don't get Putin has been using a body double. Have you really seen him? I haven't seen very much video or pictures, very many pictures of Putin. But I feel like he's disintegrating. And then a tornado's on the ground, lightning everywhere. Okay, everybody stop for a moment. We'll continue the reading in a second. Let's just stop and pray for the people in Texas that are very scared right now. It sounds like there's huge tornadoes in Texas. Are you okay, Shockwave? I know that's scary. That happened to me when I lived in Nashville with tornadoes. It was very scary. Yeah, lots of haunting of Donald Trump. So everyone, just let's stop for a few seconds and just let's send comfort and protection to the people in Texas that are very scared right now. That they can remain calm and that they have the help that they need. Yes. So, and we'll keep praying for Texas. We will keep praying for Texas tonight. We're powerful. Be safe. But keep us posted if you can too. Okay. So what did? Okay. So wait. I was just talking about Putin. I've never felt his body so. I guess I would say knocking on death's door. Tornado emergency. Yeah. Wow. Is it on the news? Okay. I'm just reading on Putin. I'm just pulling a few cards on Putin. What's up with him? Well, justice. Putin knows that he's got it coming to him. Four of Cups is he's missed an opportunity to end this war, as he should. The Sun. What's going on with Putin is going to be brought to light very soon. How soon? In terms of his health. How soon will we know the state of Putin's health? Will it be this week? Next week? Okay. The third week in November? The fourth week in November? When are we going to know more about Putin's health? The first week in December. It looks like the first week in December. Are we looking at death? I don't predict death, but I just want a general idea. The pendulum is saying yes. By the first week in December, it's possible that he will leave this earthly plane. Yes, we're praying for Texas. That I'm picking up really scared people in Texas. Look at the picture of Sadhguru. That will help. That will help. these times that we're in are going to, really, people are going to be forced to bond together. Yeah, it's warm in Massachusetts too, Kim in Ontario. Storm is coming up and crossing into Arkansas under a tornado watch. Okay. When we get all worried and freaked out about these Republicans and these horrible, horrible, horrible people, yeah, there's lots of information coming up tonight. When we get all this information about these horrible, horrible people, this is where I am with that right now. Maybe you can relate. These heinous people are just people, right? Oh my iPad is doing something weird. It's showing me the whole chat now, which it wasn't before. We have to understand that nobody has power over us unless we give it to them. And we have been a democracy for over like 240 years or whatever the total exact number is. And we really need to understand that the power of our collective energy is no match for them. I mean, they're no match for us. However you say that. Anyway, we're more powerful is what I mean. So, really understand that, and I sometimes I step back and I go, I can't believe we're afraid of these people. Do you know what I mean? I loved hearing about Will Ferrell and Beto's wife knocking on Texans' doors. Did you hear me say, were you here when I said, I put a picture of him, you know, when he played a cheerleader with that other woman on SNL, and I put a picture up to let people know that I was going to be on tonight. And I didn't know Will Ferrell was doing that. Consciously, my psychic brain must have known. So just know that when you think about these, like the Greg Abbotts and the DeSantises and the Trumps, and you know, we made a list of all the heinous human beings. Last night at Grassroots of Democracy, we instantaneously came up with over 65 people in our Grassroots of Democracy meeting. Go to my website if you want to join us for our meetings. And we were just listing them all. And you know, all of them are just, they're not strong human beings. Look at Ted Cruz. He ran off to Cancun. Well, he tried to get away with that. It didn't really work. But, you know, the crisis comes and off they go. When there was that horrible shooting in Uvalde, what did Abbott do? He went to an NRA convention. They don't face the fire. They're a bunch of cowards, and we're afraid of them. Anyway, I'm just ranting. Yeah, they're just squeaky, annoying jerk faces, so we can't give them any more power. Watch some Will Ferrell. He's really, really funny. Elf is one of my favorite movies. They don't care. Your pendulum won't say if Pumpkin, oh, is that what you call him? Pumpkin will be alive on you know, I'm getting December. I just got the first week in December. We were going to find out about Putin's health status, and it was like he's gone. These horrible Republicans they're like the Wicked Witch. They melt. Let's think about that movie. It says he'll be alive in December. I just got I'm just guessing. But what I was asking was when we'd hear about news about his health, and I got that it was going to be the first week in December. I mean, it was just, I don't predict death. I was just kind of guessing that maybe that would be when he... Check your pendulum and see if he's actually going to pass in December. You know what I said about Ted Cruz a while back, and this was really funny. Carol, check and see if it says he'll be alive the whole month of December, Putin. One time I was doing a reading on Ted Cruz, and I got this really strong impression that he smells bad. I mean, it was a psychic impression. And then somebody messaged me and said that when Ted Cruz was in college, he was known for not smelling very good. We'll leave it at that. It went completely still when Carol's saying that her pendulum went completely still when she asked if Putin would be alive January 1st. Let's just take another look. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look. If somebody was sitting with me and getting a reading, I wouldn't be predicting death, but let's just see. Will Putin be alive the entire month of December? It's saying no. It's saying no. Pancreatic cancer takes people out quickly. And tragically, I'm sure some of you out there know that. Oh, I just started dropping my cards. So maybe it's time to open up these other ones that I have not opened yet. Hang on, I'm getting my scissors. Talk amongst yourselves. You know when you buy things and it's like you need a secret code to get through the packaging? I do want to see these and I do want to show them to you. These are called the Night School Moonlit Magic Deck. Actually, if I can't get them open, I'm just gonna forget about it. And they're so well packaged that I can't even get them out. So what else do I want to tell you about? I am going to have a pendulum class November 19th. I don't have that up on my website yet. I don't know what I was doing today. I could have done that. But I didn't put it up yet. What else is that Church of Spirituality happens every single Sunday. Please join us. We have a new theme, a new topic for the month, every month. Ellen saying her pendulum gave her a wild yes for Putin dying in December. I have a pretty strong feeling he's kind of a goner. Oh, and Roxanne's a little witch. You're a good witch. Do I need a full moon to charge my cards? What? I mean, some people are so like, I'm not saying you are, but I just met people that have to go through all this ritual and this and that and the other with their cards and not let anyone handle them and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I kind of got over that a long time ago. Okay. I don't know what these cards have, but let's see. The Night School. This is kind of fun to opening up my new cards with you all. I'm just going to pick one and see what it says. This is telling you to create a collage. So create a collage about democracy. It's all about the energy you put into them. And if you wanted to use a pendulum and you didn't have a pendulum, you could just use a needle and thread. Yeah, I have a box cutter, but I didn't have it handy. Yes, it's saying to create a collage. Gather photos and illustrations that invoke the sensations you feel as you step into the night. Include whatever images that bring you into alignment with the night's energy. And this is about clairsentience. And those who are clairsentient know in their bodies. That's kind of what I do. I'm clairvoyant and clairsentient. It's when you feel things. Anyway, I'll have to look at those a little bit further later. I see that my other cards have fallen to the floor, so let me get this other deck. A deck that I use regularly. Hang on, I'll be right back in a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm still here. Five, four, three, two, one. No, hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have returned. I have a very an office that's a weird shape, so I'm always dropping things and losing things. Anyway, that was a little break. That was a little commercial break. So the pendulum class will be the 19th. Just mark your calendar, and then you'll be able to go to my website and sign up for it. The 19th is a Saturday. By the end of the weekend, you'll be able to sign up for it, and I'll be telling you more and more and more about it. Okay, please hit the thumbs up if you can, if you like. Let's go to a new question. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of confirmation. This is what's fun about having you all here too. Is to have you, use your pendulums too and see what we come up with together. That is really fun. And pendulums take time to just get used to working with them. Ryan Hall, is that a YouTube channel? They are following the tornado wreckage. Oh gosh, it sounds bad. I read tea leaves in a past life. I think I've read tea leaves here before. Aw, thank you, Dancing Warrior. That's sweet. She wishes she could hit the thumbs up more than once. Oh, Ryan Hall's a weather guy. Okay, I see. Alright, well hopefully everybody's okay. How's the volcano action in Hawaii? Boy, that came out of left field. Not sure. Should we look at Biden? Let's just take a peek at Joe Biden. Just, real quick. I think he's doing good. I really get that Obama being out on the campaign trail, throwing his support in the ring. What happened with Garland? I don't know. What do you mean? I'm still here. We're so happy Biden is our president too, because if Trump had remained president, honestly, I question whether we'd still have a planet. I really honestly believe that. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I honestly wonder that. And the fact that January 6th did not take our country down completely, the fact that Trump did not get reelected, there are things that I look at and I go, there must be grace and angels. Your relatives in Garland and El Paso. Okay, let's take a look at Biden, how he's doing. I didn't get to watch his speech the other night because we had a meeting. It was Wednesday, I think. But I do need to go look that up. Definitely for sure. It was so good to see Obama. Read on him, please. I got a little lost. Gloria, patience is a virtue. Why are you thinking your fur babies won't be okay during the eclipse, Justin's mom? They'll be okay. Okay, wait, I'm just looking at Biden right now. Yeah. Yeah, Obama is truly a light worker, Dancing Warrior, and there are a lot of white lurkers. They're white lurkers too. There are a lot of light workers. Don't forget, my guys always tell me that. No, don't lose sight of the fact that there are a lot of us on the planet who worked really so hard on our, energies, and we incarnated to do this kind of work, and that goes for a lot of people here. Probably all of you. Oh yeah, I think Obama definitely influenced some voters who are still on the fence. Anyway, I'm reading about Biden, but I'm just saying, when you think about, say, the 1930s, when we were in World War II, 30s, 40s, the energy of the frequency was a lot denser then. So to me, when I think about this, it's it was a different time, and there weren't as many possibilities in terms of working with energies. And really, I don't know about all of you, but the entire 90s, all I remember is just being immersed in studies about metaphysics and spirituality, which is why I eventually had, started my church here. Church of Spirituality here on my channel. That's a culmination of all that I've learned and studied and continue to. So I'm just making the point that there are a ton of light workers here, and we've got a lot of power. Don't lose sight of that. When you watch the news, you're not going to be thinking of that, because they're not thinking of that. They don't know that we have the power to create our own reality. The Biden administration building anew, really knowing that we are definitely building anew. I mean, when you think about it, Democrats winning means we get to progress. The only thing that's keeping us, the only thing that's keeping us stuck is these lying, fascist Republicans that are horrible, horrible, horrible people to make fun of somebody who's a victim, 82-year-old victim of attempted murder. To make fun of that. What's in the way of this country being beautiful and progressive and healing and working for the future is these horrible Republicans. Lisa Sharp, I'm going to hire you for my marketing person. Thank you. So the Biden administration and Joe Biden are, actually this is interesting because I'm asking about Biden. The Justice card is coming up. So I think he's on the phone with Merrick Garland, with the DOJ, and the Knight of Coins is coming up, which indicates there's a message coming. I see, Lisa, you're so sweet. I see that Biden knows that there's something coming from the DOJ pretty soon. I see a message. You want me to read on Moscow Mitch and Merrick Garland? It's going to be a long show. So, about Biden, I feel like Biden knows that, and I feel like Biden is in communication with Merrick Garland about how to unfold this whole, indicting Trump thing. We're here for it. We're here for the ride. We incarnated. Some of us are probably like, what were we thinking? But, we have a good time. We have fun. I feel like I've got thousands and thousands of friends that I don't even know what they look like. But, it's nice. Technology is great when it works. All right, Gloria keeps asking me to read on Merrick Garland. All right, and I got to read on Elon Musk, and I got to read on what else? Democracy will win. Democracy will win. Democracy will win. Merrick Garland. Before I pull cards on Merrick Garland, there is a certain approach to indicting Trump that needs to be, it needs to happen. The guides are showing me in the dark, in the sense that it needs to happen under dim light. You know what I mean? Finesse, precision, and it needs to happen not completely in the public eye. It's really not easy to do something kind of in secret nowadays. Whenever I think of Merrick Garland and how he operates, I always think of Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City, terrorist who bombed the building in Oklahoma City. It was Merrick Garland that brought him to justice. And he got the death penalty for what he did. How many people died at his hand? Yeah, Merrick Garland, this is the way that this is happening. It does feel like it's going to happen in dim light. So yeah, early morning does make sense. When people are still asleep, 5 a.m., I would say more like 4 a.m. The federal building, that's what it was a federal building. I was going to say a state building, but you're right, it was federal. Saint Germain, pray to Saint Germain for our democracy. He worked with our founding fathers. Good information. Thank you for that. Where's my little bell? Saint Germain, I'm praying to Saint Padre Pio. Padre Pio, I was brought up Catholic. No, I don't think McVeigh is still in the dark on the other side. Yeah, so, and I mentioned earlier tonight, somebody said they prayed the rosary for our democracy. I pray the rosary every single day, not just once, for our democracy. And various things, but lately definitely for democracy. This stuff works, so don't hesitate to pray. If you're not religious in that way, if you don't know prayers like that, just visualize and I do have about 7,000. I have over 7,000 friends. 168 deaths in the Oklahoma City bombing. But that was Merrick Garland that prosecuted him, Timothy McVeigh. We got some prayers here, and if you don't know Catholic prayers, you could learn them. It's not like there's somebody counting it up and making sure that you're getting all the words right. Just. If these prayers have been said for thousands of years, they have power. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, I was brought up Catholic. I played for the Catholic Church for over 10 years. Played piano. And I played for a Methodist church for over 5 years. So I take what works and I leave the rest. I also adhere to Wicca. Yeah, Padre Pio is really, really, really powerful. I also get to pray to Saint Joseph. I'm just picking that up. Pray to Saint Joseph for families. Pray to the Blessed Mother. Yeah, prayer is having a talk with God, and if you feel so inclined, prayers, like if you are saying a rosary, it's a way of keeping your mind just focused on one thing and not wandering. Okay. Elon Musk. Are we going to Elon Musk now? Yeah, if you're an atheist, whatever works. So, when people say they're atheists, I don't really believe them, because I think that everybody believes that there's a higher power, intelligence, divine intelligence, some kind of intelligence. Even Einstein said there must be a God towards the end of his life. And yeah, speaking of Merrick Garland, how this is all working. Merrick Garland is the perfect person for the job. I know people are frustrated that he's working slowly, but you want him to do the job right. And justice takes years. I'm not saying it's going to take years to indict Trump, but how that all worked out, that Merrick Garland is the one in charge of prosecuting Trump. And he's the man for the job. He wasn't the man for... He's better suited in this position that he's in now. Because he's needed as a DOJ. Same with Joe Biden. There's a Padre Pio YouTube channel that talks about Padre Pio's life. I think I did watch that. Any of the saints. You can find out about any of the saints. So, same with Joe Biden. We needed somebody with his level of experience. There's nobody had as much experience to run for president at a time when we needed that kind of help. Nobody was that experienced except Joe Biden. Let's keep the faith, people. I know you are. All right, Elon Musk. Here's the lowdown on Elon Musk, all right? When he first was threatening to buy Twitter, I saw that, he went ahead with it, and I was always I don't know about Elon Musk buying Twitter. I saw him walking away, I saw him come back, the first time I saw Elon walking away from Twitter, this is a while back, I got the sense that he was looking at it like, oh, what have I done, as if he bought a lemon of a car or something. And then, when he went back in, I feel like Elon Musk did all this to just be like big man on campus kind of thing. And going back in and doing what he's doing to fire the executives, I don't know, he's fired like, I don't know what the number is, but he's fired a lot of employees at Twitter. Can you imagine? He's just ruined everyone's life. That's Elon. I see people dropping off of Twitter like flies. And I got into a discussion about this with Corey the other night on Bridge Cape Ann on his YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That I just see those people, the executives and people that worked at Twitter, starting a new social media platform. They're gonna, are they suing him? The employees suing him? If you know a young person that's going to college and they're wondering what they should be, tell them to study law. John McCain and John Lewis are helping us from the other side. Can they? Of course they are. Of course they are. Oh, I know the Aramaic. I could recite the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. I won't bore you with that, but if you want to know about the Aramaic language, Neil Douglas Klotz, Klotz, I think it's Klotz. Prayers of the Cosmos. Check it out. I did not see the speech by Nancy Pelosi. I don't know where I've been all day. We're looking at cards about Elon Musk. And we're also, simultaneously, as we're doing readings, we're sending prayers to Texas. I feel people rallying and helping one another in Texas. I really do. Well, you might prefer Hebrew, but we're just saying Aramaic because that's the language that was around when Jesus was on the earth. That's all. We're not having a religious discussion. Elon. It's just what I just said. Elon Musk, he's fired all those people. They are lining up the legal cases against him. I see that Elon Musk has lost his ground. He's lost his footing. He's not okay. Psychologically, he's not okay. Oh, who's Lisa Bloom that was speaking about suing Elon Musk? I don't know who that is. Anyway, I see them, definitely there are lawsuits. There are 75% of the people Elon Musk let go on Twitter. I feel like it's going to fall apart. I mean, I see it being a shell of what it was. Oh, thank you, Warren. Looking forward to the Knishes. Anyway, meanwhile, back to the topic. I see a lot of loose lawsuits against Elon Musk, and I do see the Twitter employees forming a new social media network. And what else did I see about that? It's going to be a shell of itself. I don't see it being very, I don't see Twitter being very, like when people think about Twitter, it's not going to be anything like when people think, oh yeah, I was on Twitter. Oh, I was on Twitter. You're not going to hear that so much. But definitely I see lawsuits. I see the Three of Coins. That's like rebuilding. A lot of people were told not to come to Twitter to work at Twitter today. That's what I heard. I think people are going to drop off of Twitter like in droves. Pray for Oklahoma and Arkansas too, because they're getting tornadoes. Lawsuits. These people that are leaving Twitter they're all coming together in one big collective. Absolutely financially overextended. I think Elon Musk is going to have a lot of trouble with Tesla because first off, he is, it might be another MySpace. It might be, Twitter's going to turn into something very much not popular. And the price of Teslas will drop because there'll be more electric vehicles being manufactured with the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act, and there's going to be a lot of electric cars manufactured now. Twitter will flitter away and fizzle out. Are you a songwriter like me? I always rhyme words like that. Saudi Arabia kick him out. And I'm not sure in what way he's in Saudi Arabia. Financially, probably. The Empress is the United States is going to come to the aid of the employees at Twitter. Yes, sorry, I need a drink of water. Hang on. And she's back. So, I feel like it's going to fall apart. It's going to be a shell of what it was. And I was never in tribalism. Good night, Carol. Do we put you to sleep? So, Damon, this is just my psychic impression. I didn't say he was out of money. I said I see a lot of Elon's, like corner on the market with Tesla is going to drop because there's going to be more manufacture of more electronic vehicles. I don't know what tribal is. I don't think it's been invented yet. The social media platform, no, I mean, this just happened. Elon has no morals, no ethics at all. He has no decency. It's awful. I just don't think he was born with it. It's terrible. But I'm not getting that the social media company that will evolve from this devolving of Twitter, I feel like it's a long way from being named. So it's not something that's already a name that's already out there. Nobody has the same energy as Trump. So Elon's different in a different way. It's not tribal. I'm not picking up, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to tribal. Blue Sky platform. I see the executives getting together and starting a new platform. The Empress is the United States. Yeah. So that's what I have on Elon. And I'm noticing that it's almost 2 hours, so I'm going to wind down. Doesn't seem like it. Wind down in a few minutes, but I want to make sure that I get all the major questions at least touched upon. We're in an interesting time because in human history we never prepared for the social media thing. We never prepared for people, disguising their identities and just we didn't prepare for this. We didn't have any we didn't have the manual for this time. I'm not leaving yet, but I'm just sort of looking at some remaining questions that we must look at. Oh, by the way, if you go to my website, if you feel so inclined, my lovely assistant added donate to Annette. It's on my website, and I thought that was great, and because I'm not monetized here, so it's real easy. You just hit the button, it takes you to PayPal, I think, if you want to donate. I mean, I like to donate. If I get lots of good information from a YouTube channel or whatever, if I appreciate what somebody's doing, I do make an effort to donate. So I'm just saying, if you want to do that, you can go to my website, psychicannetteDion.com. Just whatever you feel. No pressure. And please subscribe if you haven't already. What's left? I know I had 3 more topics. Yeah, definitely sign on for a reading. You can do that on my website too. And Lisa Sharp's so awesome. If she's still here, she'll post the address again. I think she just did. Oh, Warren, you're always in for the good deep questions. What was Elon's prior life? I've never looked at that. Let me see. Can we find out Elon's prior life? Interesting. I get that Elon was a hemophiliac in a past life. Do we all know what that is? That's interesting. That popped right in. Was Elon a hemophiliac in a past life? Okay, so hemophilia was the question is, who was Elon in a past life? And I see that he was a child that had hemophilia, and that was a disease that was very common in royal families. Yeah, those are some. You said it just the same time I was saying it. You posted that, Kelly. So let's think about this, because I do read past lives, and I see Elon as a hemophiliac in a past life, which means he was royalty, because it's very, very, very likely, because it was so common in royal families. So every move he made had to be sort of chaperoned. He needed somebody to look out for him at all times, because if he got a cut or a scrape or something, he would bleed to death. So Russian Tsar family? Well, let's see. Was he in a Russian Tsar family in that lifetime? I'm getting a yes on that. Now we're getting specific. Tsar Nicholas. The other night with Corey on Bridge Cape Ann, on our show, The Psychic and the Sidekick, somebody was asking about Clarence Thomas's past life, and I got that Clarence Thomas and Ginny were king and queen in Scotland. I'm getting affirmative on that about Elon Musk's past lives. So that's what I get, Warren. Does that answer your question? That would have been a very isolated, very, very sheltered life, because they couldn't do very much for fear that they'd get a scrape or a cut. Try to keep a child from not getting a scrape or a cut. I don't see how we could have a harsh winter, Erica, if with global warming. I know where I live. She's asking if we're going to have a harsh winter. Where I live, I'm an outdoor exerciser, and I don't remember taking any time off, maybe a couple days here and there, because of bad weather for many years now. One of Queen Victoria's sons was a hemophiliac as well. I get more Tsar Nicholas. Okay. Yeah, that's what I get. I will take 3 more questions. Yeah, okay. And if I don't see 3 questions, I'll just make some questions up. And here's the question I'm going to ask right now. How are the Democrats going to be feeling by the end of next week? One of Queen Victoria's sons had hemophilia, but I'm feeling like it was a czar. It was a czar. When am I going to do this again? I make an effort to do Friday night lives. I've done some Saturday night lives too. You know, not the show, but my own show. I'm actually just going to look at right now how the Democrats are going to be feeling at the end of next week. Let's see. Did you hear the beer bottles? They're so loud. My window's not even open that much. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. No, I don't get that, Warren. I'm getting more the Tsar lifetime. So, thank you for all your help. Thank you for being here, Gigi by the Sea. New Year's Live. Coming up on that, aren't we? I know. Damon loves that noise. It sounds like, they're whipping it up 2 doors down at the bar. There's a certain rhythm to the beer bottle drop. Yeah, the kind of is. Corey's on here? Is he? He's in the background behind the curtain. Okay. How the Democrats are going to be feeling towards the end of next week. Okay, so I'll give you the bad news first. Democrats are going to be very upset that the Republicans are acting heinous. But I have the Knight of Cups, which means a victory. And I'm going to go over to the restaurant and tell them how much you all like the beer bottle drop. And the Ace of Coins. So it looks like the Democrats are going to experience a win next weekend. But the Nine of Swords is, and there's a lot of bickering. Oh, I didn't, yeah, Justin's mom, we're happy about that, right? Well, I'd be as busy as I've been reading the cards next year. I don't know what you mean. Oh, like, is there going to be as much news? Absolutely, if that's what you mean. Many bottles of beer smashing on the wall. Yoon is not surfaced here today. But the Nine of Swords is indicative of, okay, so this is what I get on this. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. What I get on the Republican side is that the Republicans are just going to keep going at it and going at it and going at it. But I do see them fading away. I do see them, I just see it just like losing its steam. And unfortunately, a lot of the reason for that is the natural disasters produced by global climate change. Think about it. Even just looking at it from this perspective. When the huge hurricane hit Florida, Ron DeSantis was more concerned with his image, with his white rain boots, than he was about people's welfare. Yeah. Crazy. Don't think that the news is going to slow down. We're in a very accelerated energy time on the planet. In a nutshell, the energy frequency of human beings is being increased. So we were at a higher frequency vibration. Things happen a lot faster. Yeah, Michael Moore is doing, I don't know if Corey's here. Michael Moore is doing great work keeping people happy and motivated. But the acceleration of the frequency on the planet is affecting everybody. And what happens is the lower vibrational frequencies cannot keep up with the higher frequency vibrations. Of course, we know low frequency vibrations are low negative, emotional energies. And they can't sustain in the higher frequency, and that's why they're so mad. Michael Moore I was thinking of Michael Moore last night, and I was thinking about, he said he studied to be a priest. He didn't become a priest, but I got that too. Michael Moore is like an angel. He isn't an angel, but he's like an angel. What did I promise you I'd read about before I go? Okay, Warren, we'll answer another Warren question. Let's see. Will 45 be indicted in the next few weeks? I think I already read on this. Not tonight, but... Did I? Will Donald Trump be indicted in the next few weeks? Yes. That's a strong yes. I do feel it's coming close. Yes. Lots of leaves to rake, says C. Douglas. Yeah, I'm glad you're not leaf blowing them. I was hearing about how much noise leaf blowers put out, but also how much global warming gas they. If you keep leaves on your lawn, some of them anyway, it's good for the soil. Oh, okay. So Liz is asking if Trump will be indicted before November 14th. Says yes. Gloria, you're pretty hung up on Mitch McConnell, huh? Little sense. I know the people aren't seeing him going to jail. I've always seen him under house arrest. I've always seen Trump under house arrest. Always. Okay. How about 3 cards? Well, let's ask. What do you want to know about Mitch McConnell? This year has been rough, but you know what? The rougher we are, the rougher it is, the tougher we get. It's Corey. What do you mean it's Corey? Who's Corey? PC is Corey? The rougher it is, the tougher we get. How's Mitch feeling? Oh, okay. Do you know what? When you ask that question about how Mitch McConnell feels after the Dems win, I'm just going to say it. Relieved. Relieved. I literally feel like Mitch McConnell will be relieved. And I know that's a stretch. I realize that's a stretch about McConnell. But McConnell's really, I mean, he was taken aback. He was freaked out about January 6th. Don't be fooled. And he likes extremism to a point, not to an extreme. Oh, Mitch McConnell will still be up to his tricks. The least people. I don't know if Corey's here. Corey, if you're here, say hello. Yeah, the Ace of Cups is all the evidence against these Republicans. I actually feel like Mitch McConnell will just be like, oh, good. And what is this, the Knight of Wands? There'll be a new message coming in. A new message after the midterms. Do we have a troll? I've gone through more than 2 hours without a troll. Did we just have one? I don't eat turkey. Let's see. Democrats win. Will Mitch step down? No, he won't step down. If I have any beer, it will be ginger beer. Dang him. Okay, so I don't want to lose people because we've been on here for a long time and I really appreciate all the thumbs up. It's just like getting up to almost even. Yes, a troll, okay. Well, Spanky was my first troll. The troll is, people saying troll reminds me that you have to check out Jimmy Kimmel's little, not about an internet troll, but little troll doll. You have to check that out, okay? Promise me you will. And watch some Will Ferrell so that you can laugh. Let's do some cards for the community collective. You thought he said he would step down? No, I don't think. Thank you, Wildflower Wind. It's been fun and informative. I don't even know what I say, and I don't remember all of it. Boy, they're having a big night at the bar. Let's see, 3 community cards for the community. Remember, if you want to contribute to my work, you can donate on my website. Remember Spanky? Haven't seen Naked Hay HD in a while. But did you, I don't know if you heard me say, the Naked HD, you know, the porn troll popped up in my church one day. It was pretty funny. We need to stay positive. What did he say? Ching ching. Ching ching. Clinking glasses. Yes, it's one of those troll dolls. So Cherry says she's got a troll doll from the 70s. Purple. 3 of Cups is a celebration. Oprah endorsed Fetterman last night. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't know if Sparky was a female or a male troll. Okay, so the 3 of Cups, that's a celebratory card. Lighten it up. Everybody lighten it up. 7 of Coins, we will see progress. We're going to make progress. This is a card for the collective. We will make progress. And you know what? We're going to be really inspired by how many people are getting out to vote. That's going to give us a lot of momentum and a lot of inspiration. So let's ride that wave. The Six of Coins. Yes. We have room for a brand new beginning. I know. I can't believe I found these cards just a couple hours ago. Well, 3-4 hours ago now. I went to Marshall's and they had some, you know, Marshall's gets the overstock stuff. And they had tarot cards. And just to give credit to the designer, it's called the Tarot of the Divine. This is the little book. No, Oprah doesn't regret she brought Oz to the public because she didn't know. So this is, I want to promote this, Tarot of the Divine. And I really like it. I think these cards were great. I think it's nice to have a new deck on the Wiccan New Year. I love you guys profusely. Visualize a big blue wave, and I will be back on Monday. Over 35 million people have early voted, so you know that there are people that are out there to save our democracy. Vote for democracy. Vote for democracy, okay? Vote for democracy. That's the way we want to be thinking. We're voting for democracy instead of fascism, okay? All right. I love you all. Blue is your favorite color this week. And on Sunday is Church of Spirituality, 1 o'clock live here on my channel. Please join us for that. We've got this, America. Thank you, Lisa Sharp. Thank you, Canada, and all you from other countries. And also, to join Grassroots of Democracy, please join us. We do meet tomorrow, too. Go to my website. Lisa Sharp put it up there a few times. It's psychicannetdion.com. You have to put in the .com. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you real soon. Namaste.